Okay, welcome back to the KR Daily Transmission. I am so happy to be here with you. I kind of can't believe I'm here actually this morning. Hi, great to see everyone coming on to the live chat. Feel free to introduce yourselves, where you're watching live from. If you are watching the replay, feel free to share about where you're from in the replay. We love to get to know you through this YouTube platform. Good morning. So oh, wow, Dreama is here for the first time. I was only gifted your book yesterday. Wow, welcome, Dreama. So good to see you. Unicorn is writing in. I loved hearing about all the amazing moments of Austin yesterday. Yeah, that was, I don't even know how I did that YouTube live because I was so physically exhausted, feeling a little bit better today. And oh my God, I have so many things to share today. It's almost like I want to have a conversation with you, not just do a transmission. So much happened live in Austin, and so much happened for me personally. Not only producing that event, because of course, as you all know, we produce our own events, but also channeling live and getting people to step up to the mic live. That there's a reason why I call it a rodeo. It's because consciousness is a rodeo when you are asking consciousness to transform. Tasha Renee is writing in that she's from Portland, Oregon, and that she helps women heal and liberate through their sacred rage. Was led to your book and Sophia in big ways. Thank you. You're welcome. Welcome to our community. We're so happy to have you here. It's kind of perfect comment. When we invite people to that level of transformation, all sorts of squirrely, sideways, wily, tricky things can happen with the ego structure and with trauma before it's ready to transform, even as it's transforming in real time. And so, this was an image that the Ascended Masters gave to me a long time ago, was that leadership training was really like staying in a rodeo ring where the ego structure and the trauma can be a bucking bronco, it can be a bucking bull, and you have got to stay in the ring and help that person or those people, that community, to stay inside that transformational process and not get bucked out of the ring of their own, sweet victory, of their own accessing their empowerment in a way that's going to be truly life-changing. And so, channeling the Ascended Masters, the Star Nations, the angelic orders, while I'm negotiating this level of transformation, inviting people to step up to the mic and face their greatest fears, and to do it in a way that's encouraging and fun and safe, emotionally safe for the entire community as a whole, not just the person on stage. It's so multidimensional. It's like I'm listening within every cell of my body. And one of the things that happened for me post-event was I came home and I had lucid dreams all weekend long. And a lot of those lucid dreams were the releasing of imprints from every community I have served, every client I have served, honestly, every person I've ever known up until this point in my life. It wasn't a very restful weekend by any means, especially when I was already exhausted from leading in Austin, but it was so transformational. And then finally on Sunday night, I had this really powerful lucid dream first thing in the morning, like from Sunday to Monday morning. And I woke up from the dream, and everything that I had experienced in that lucid dream came true throughout the day yesterday. It was a visionary dream that was giving me pieces of information that was leading me to additional pieces of information throughout my day. Yesterday was totally wild for me. We had multiple things happen around our Paris event, which are in the process of being resolved. But to be navigating that much personal initiation from Austin, while waking up from this lucid dream that was guiding me into an incredible next level empowerment for myself. And then to witness how all of the energy in Paris and in France was already starting to move and rumble and need attention. It was like, wow, let's just stay really present here. You know, what is happening here? And I want to share that with you because if my world is getting that rocked, you know, from Austin, I can't even imagine how rocked everyone else's world is, literally changing and shifting in real time, both physically, metaphysically, in the dream world, and of course in your waking life. Damien's writing in and she's saying, wave after wave of transformational integration keeps washing over me, and I feel so much more present, centered, and so sovereign. So if you want to share if you've had any dreams or any personal breakthroughs that are like, whoa, this is really coming up for me, feel free to share in the chat, as our team angel Taryn is suggesting. And one of the things that came through for me, both in the dream yesterday morning, but also in what unfolded for me yesterday, the visions that I received in correlation with the dream, it's this invitation I'd like to make for each of us. And we're going to do that at the end. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to announce that today's theme, or the theme for May, is strength and courage, which I couldn't be more perfectly aligned with everything that we just came through in our Sovereign Spiritual Leadership Immersive. Donna's writing in, Austin was amazing. I'm still integrating the information and the energies. It's so transformative. I feel more present. My dreams are more vivid. Yes, when your dreams become extremely vivid, you are choosing to tune into how alive you can be in your present moment reality, in your present life. So Jen is writing, and I've noticed a next level ability to resource myself as I'm still integrating. Absolutely. So that was what was really interesting for me. Like literally things were exploding yesterday. First day, wasn't even meant to come back to the office, but everything was exploding in such a way that there was no choice. I literally had to show up to a myriad of things that were going off, and the ability to stay fully present and resourced while that was happening, while processing the lucid dream and the visions that were coming through, which were so monumental. I mean, I was receiving information from like 20 years in the future, just as vivid as going to an IMAX theater. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. I get to do this. This is what's happening right now. And after Austin, not a problem. Shmirta is writing and channeling all the strength and courage right now as I'm healing from a romantic heartbreak. Many things are falling apart for me, but I trust the process. Shmirta, I hope I'm saying your name right. And I just want you to know, like, my heart goes out to you in such a big way. You know, the heartbreak that can happen from romantic connections can really cause us just to almost get completely off the highway of our purpose. And chances are good that whatever is falling apart is because you are so much stepping into the truth of your sovereignty that it's revealing anything that wasn't built on a foundation. You know, like in the Bible, they talk about like build your foundation on rock versus the sands. And so when you step into your sovereign spiritual leadership, when you really acknowledge what a powerful creator you are, how you are here to make a significant difference in the world, it's going to really activate people around us that are not ready to be in the presence and resonance of that much power. Further, it creates the space for those who are genuinely calling out for you, genuinely wanting to co-create with you, even in a romantic partnership, to have the space around you for them to arrive. If someone is taking up space in your life and they are not contributing and helping to bring you higher, it's out. Like they're out, it's out, the whole thing's done. And we can have all of our hard feelings about it. But what I'm discovering, especially over this past year of sovereign spiritual leadership, And actually dating too is just like, I don't want to date anyone that can't hang with a dragon. It's that simple. Like, it's too fiery, it's too powerful, it's too creative, it's too abundant, it's too successful for anyone else to be in the sphere of that. That's when you know you're becoming really sober to your sovereignty. Is like, you set the bar high and you let people rise to meet you there. And if they can't rise to meet you there, it's just like, God bless them to prosper elsewhere. That's on them. It's not on you. And so I just wanted to share that support and encouragement, right? One of my favorite words is encouragement. It's because it has the word courage in it. It's like, may you feel all of our encouragement blessing your heart as you make this huge shift to receive what you really deserve in life, which is not whatever that was that's falling away. So, many, many Divine Mother blessings, Venus blessings of future alignment for the most aligned and sovereign and empowered, loving romantic relationship. And for all of us, because we all deserve, if you're in a partnership, may it deepen and grow and expand, and how you adore and respect and support one another's growth. And if you are calling that in, may it be in the highest alignment for you, for your purpose to thrive. There's no room in this lifetime for anything other than that. And that's, we get to have a lot of feelings about that. But do you want anything less than the best? I don't. Ooh, that doesn't sound very dragony to me. So, yeah, I just want to speak to, part of our hearts expanding and opening more can include what feels like the pain of heartbreak, the loss, the sudden losses that arise as we step more into our radiance. And what's interesting is that as we step into our radiance, as we step into a deepening of our higher self-consciousness, we realize that we have the spiritual musculature to become present to things we didn't know we weren't present to before, to become more resourced in a way we didn't know we were going to be able to be, that self-resource, that self-loving, that self-forgiving, that self-empowered. So for the month of May, Strength and Courage is inviting us to a conversation with our own hearts. Where are we going to explore the edges of our strength and our courage? Oh, Schmidt just writing, thank you. You have no idea how much that means to me. You're welcome. You're wonderful. And I'm so grateful for your presence here in our community. And please take every word of that and may it be amplified 1,000-fold for you and for all of us. So strength and courage. It takes strength and courage to sustain the marathon of spiritual leadership. So I think it's perfect that it's following our journey in April. And I'm going to read a little tiny quote from the Sophia Dragon Tribe about strength and courage on page 33 of the Sophia Code, if you want to join me for that reading. Ooh, looking for that one paragraph. Okay. It's the first full paragraph on page 33, one of the last sentences. And it says, a masterful embodiment. I'm going to back it up and read the previous sentence. It says, for your ascension is a journey to radically transcend the seeming limitations of your human experience by anchoring the radiant Christ light of your higher self within every cell of your body through successive initiations. A masterful embodiment is a journey filled with these soul initiations, many of which require extraordinary courage to complete, a courage that we have modeled for you in our own lifetimes. I'm going to read that again. A masterful embodiment is a journey. It's not a destination. It's an unfolding journey filled with these soul initiations. And in the previous sentence, what does it say? Successive soul initiations. A lot of light workers want to be like, is there a destination? Is there a place where I get off this train and everything's like totally perfect and hunky-dory and I never feel like a hot mess again? It's just like, no, it doesn't exist. If you are in a human body, it's going to be some level of a hot mess as you continue to grow and expand and transform through the very vulnerable edges of your evolution and these soul initiations. And when you most start to feel the most courage and the most empowerment is when you stop asking, when are these initiations going to be over? And you're like, I will walk through every initiation that is required to discover the liberated embodiment of my higher self in a human experience on this planet in this lifetime. That's it. I'm willing to walk through every successive soul initiation, no matter what it has to take away from me, no matter what I have to receive, because life is so generous, no matter what I need to create, no matter what I need to let go of, no matter what I need to be rebirthed by, no matter what I need to show up to, I am willing. And by the way, willingness doesn't mean you have to like it. It doesn't mean it's always going to feel like a bed of roses. It means I will continue to show up. I will be willing in my commitment to align with a divine will that is seeking to prosper me beyond my understanding, better than I could make it for myself. 1,000,000%. God consciousness wants everything for you way more than you want it for you. That's what's always happening. And so when we keep aligning with the willingness to show up, to embody our higher selves, to mentor with the Ascended Masters, why do we do that? Well, it says it's a courage that we have modeled for you in our own lifetimes. We don't mentor with Mary Magdalene because it was easy for her. We mentor with Mary Magdalene because she was angry a lot. We don't mentor with Mother Mary because she never felt sad. We mentor with Mother Mary because she had tears pouring out of her eyes all of the time and she still showed up to shine. We don't mentor with Isis because everything was hunky-dory in her royal life. We mentor with Isis because she was born into a position of power that she had to sit with and wrestle with every day of her life and discover for herself, what is my own place within this position? How do I make it mine? How do I show up and create something that's never been here before? This is going to take me to places I don't know about. We don't mentor with Hathor because people didn't judge her for turning into different other forms. We mentor with Hathor because she had the courage to shapeshift in front of her initiates in such a way that her body became other forms. And she said, deal with it. She didn't say, I'll wait till you catch up. She said, guess what? You're welcome. That's why we mentor the Ascended Masters. It's because they embody a courage that taps us into the idea that we could be this courageous ourselves. We don't mentor with Sophia dragons to discover because, they never went through a process of having to have all of their feelings about aligning with such a huge divine will, because they did. They consecrated their free will to divine will. There's a whole story there I haven't gone into. That's huge. Dragons don't have to do anything. Dragons don't have to do anything they don't want to do. Neither do you. That's why you mentor with Sophia dragons. You show up to mentors and angelic orders that choose bigger every time. The courage to choose bigger, the courage to live bigger, the courage to face what's really uncomfortable to face within us. That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening right now in May with our theme, strength and courage. If you have the tarot deck, the original tarot deck, I invite you to take out the major arcana card, the strength card. I don't have it here with me. I'm still unpacking from Austin, but put that strength card on your altar. We're going to be talking a lot about the imagery in that card over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be talking about that lioness. We're going to be talking about the woman who has her hand in the lion's mouth, right? We're going to be talking about that steady pace that we see as she's walking with that lion, excuse me, it wasn't a lioness, it's a lion. It's a male lion. So strength is one of my favorite words. You know, it was interesting. When I was on stage in Austin, I could not believe how much every cell in my body was working to not only ground the transmission, but to be fully present and cognizant with everybody, both on stage and in the community and with individuals attending virtually. And it was like, I started working out like a maniac leading up to Austin. Most days I was working out twice a day, and I knew it was for some reason, but it wasn't until I was standing on stage and I felt every muscle in my body holding me up. And I was like, that was the strength I needed to access. Got it. You know, so many people look at channeling and spiritual light work as something airy fairy. Get into your body. We are an army of light workers. We are an angelic army of consciousness that requires all of us to be online, to really be embodying both our emotional strength or psychological strength, which is directly connected to your physical strength, by the way. So I'm just going to share a little bit about that. And I'm going to read that one more time, just in case there's anyone that is feeling like I really need to feel sorry for myself this morning, which is okay. Like, all feelings are welcome here, but this is the encouragement that we are receiving to step into that sovereign creatorhood this morning, which is, again, a masterful embodiment. What does that mean? That means you've practiced embodying your higher self-consciousness, your divinity. You've activated your divine genome. You've taken the time to do the initiations in the Sophia Code, because let me tell you, that is required. You can't, there's no way around it. I don't care if you understand a word of it. Just read it out loud and activate your divine genome. And from that space, from that operating system, actually being able to work on your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, because bridges of light are initiated and begin to build and grow and strengthen. From that space, you practice the mentorship with the Ascended Masters and the Angelic Orders. And this is why we have so many curriculums to support you in that process of integrating your divine light. You discover there isn't any challenge, there isn't any grief, there isn't any trauma, and there isn't any joy that you can't step up to and be fully present with. The strength and the courage of your own divinity. These are virtues of your divinity that want to be expressed through your humanity. It's going to be an extremely empowering and encouraging month, this month of May, as we examine these two topics that are like just very, very important to me. You know, it's like a masterful embodiment is a journey. So that means you're going to be, exploring your embodiment for the rest of your life. How you're able to serve and lead others through your strength and courage is going to be significantly different in a year from now. It's going to be significantly different after we go to Sedona together in only a few months, after we do this incredible ceremony in Paris, in the heart of Paris, in only a month from now. It's like, we're all going to be different people, and how you're serving and leading now is just as important as what's going to happen on the other side of those important activation events, many of which require extraordinary courage to complete. Let's not confuse ourselves. True spirituality requires an enormous amount of courage. That's how you know you're actually flexing your muscles. That's how you know you're actually transforming. It's not when you always feel comfortable and everything feels easy. It's when you are really leaning into those vulnerable spaces within you to call forth greater ease and alignment and order in your life. So I want to share a little bit about this. I've got two things I want us to pray about before I close. Okay. And we're going to be doing a bunch of interviews with Sophia Circle leaders today, which we're filming today. I'm so excited. We're going to be sharing that content when I'm going to be on a cleansing retreat really soon. I'm really excited about that. It's coming up later this month. So we're going to have all this fresh, exciting content for your KR daily transmission that we're shooting all this week. My first request today is that we say a prayer for our community, because what happened yesterday around this Paris event kind of blew me away. And what I was able to gather from what happened yesterday psychically, I took a really hard look of like, what's going on here? How did something this big happen while I was away that could have sabotaged our event? And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. There are so many people that like desperately want to gather in Europe, in Paris, to anchor Christ consciousness, both for Paris and for France and for all of Europe, and honestly for the planet. And yet the ceremony is going to be so activating. It's going to produce so much like parallel life healing, especially for people who lived in the lifetime of Joan of Arc or in the lifetime of Mary Magdalene, that although there's this huge magnetic pull to come and join us in Paris, there's also this massive unconscious shadow resistance of like, I don't know if I can handle that. That might be too big. And you know what? It is going to be that big. It's going to be dragon size big. Like, we are going to Paris and we are going to channel a ceremony that is going to literally change the landscape of France metaphysically. And my prayer is that that grid work is going to ripple out into, you know, support and decisions that impact all of Europe. So let's not make any mistake. Like, I have no problem knowing what's going to happen in Paris. But what I need us to do is to send out from our hearts this reassurance to everyone that's meant to attend. You know, there are 350 seats, and every one of them should be filled with light workers from all over the world that are ready to say yes. I mean, tickets are selling like crazy, but I want to see every single seat filled with light workers so that the atom bomb of light that we send across France and across Europe is so deeply felt. Like, I don't even know, maybe it'll change world events for all I know. What I will also say is the Paris event is happening June 15th. Doors open, I believe it's 7 p.m. at this beautiful space. You can buy tickets on my website at kaira.com. The next thing that I really would like your support in anchoring and praying about is like that everything is blessed, everything's in flow, everything's in divine order, everything is lifted up to the seventh plane. And I invite you to visualize that evening, June 15th, all of the team angels are supported. All of the volunteers are supported. Every person arrives that has bought a ticket, shows up, and it arrives safely and leaves safely. They receive more than what they could possibly imagine. They're a part of something that is so big, it opens their hearts and changes their lives forever. That the event is protected, the venue is protected. Everyone that works for the venue is protected and blessed. That there is an abundance of Christ consciousness flowing through Paris before, during, and after. And that any interference, any psychic attacks, anything, any unconscious fears of individuals who lived in the lifetime of Joan of Arc or lived in the lifetime of Mary Magdalene when she walked, and Mother Mary, when they walked in France, that they would know that it is safe to release that pain and that trauma in that ceremonial space. Send them that message, that information, especially if you just got back from Austin, because you saw that we could literally bring down the holy, thunderous, creative fire of the Sophia dragons to entirely rearrange lifetimes and reinstate our sovereignty in an incredibly safe and beautiful environment. So I welcome you in this moment to access your own strength and courage and to come into alignment with this vision that I received about our community, our international community, as these angelic guardians, like dragon keepers of dragon wisdom for this planet. And I welcome your heart to, I invite each of you to visualize your golden dragon light body armor rippling over your skin, activating your chakras, connecting you to the heart of the earth. And if you could stand with me in your inner reality and visualize this sapphire blue light. Joan of Arc's favorite color is this sapphire blue. It's almost like borderline starry blue color. And I invite you to visualize it radiating as like this fireball of light, like a blue sun in the center of your heart. And it begins to glow and radiate and emanate through that golden dragon light body armor. And I invite you to feel that if this is a natural feeling for you to visualize this sapphire blue ball of light, I don't know how I got to get a better way to describe it, but that it is connecting you to every other light worker in our community, every other earth angel right now. And to feel how we are an army of Sophia Christ light, that we don't fight against anyone or anything. We airdrop down with such an invincible Christ light that we literally change reality, the quantum structure of reality, by radiating our consciousness in such a way that everything starts to change in the program matrix. Lifting your wings up out of your beautiful golden dragon light body, may you feel that orb of sapphire blue light growing brighter and brighter, rays of light radiating out through every part of your the dragon scales, and then send that light to Paris, to June 15th in the future, supporting everyone who's meant to come into alignment. There are many souls. I'm seeing at least over 100 souls that will be activated and awakened into their sovereignty for the very first time that evening. That 100 soul mark ripples out to thousands. Every soul that's activated and awakened, that doesn't even include what's going to happen to everyone else in the realm. So noticing like, kind of like this baby dragon energy, like, oh my God, I didn't know I was a dragon, like waking up within, I didn't know I was a spiritual master. I didn't know, I had no idea. And it happens in Paris that night. Yeah. That's how we take care of ourselves and our movements and one another forwards and backwards across space and time. And I invite you through that sapphire blue light to send out, also through your angel wings, a blessing of strength and courage to everyone who is participating, everyone who is serving, everyone who is leading, everyone who is a part of ensuring that that light work, that grid work for both Paris, France, and the entire country and all of Europe gets completed that night in the most powerful and aligned way. Oh, thank you. I am feeling so much relief in my heart for our co-creative participation in this moment. Thank you so much for joining me and that visualization. And I have a final visualization for the strength and courage of our community. In the vision that I received yesterday, I saw that there were souls that didn't even know that they needed to connect to this Sophia Dragon energy, but they were deeply looking for it. They have no idea about the Sophia Code. They have no idea about what we're offering. They have no idea about the level of quantum transformation that we are co-creating with the Ascended Masters. I welcome you to visualize that beautiful sapphire blue light radiating out from your heart like a calling card. Like it is just this transmission that we are here, your brothers and sisters in Sophia Christ consciousness, your soul family, your fellow dragon keepers, your fellow earth angels, your fellow light workers, your fellow advocates, teachers, healers. We are here and we stand with you. And we welcome you to awaken now. We welcome you to find us, to activate your divine genome, to read the Sophia Code, to go on a Sophia Circle journey, to discover our events, because we want to serve your sovereign awakening. You deserve better in your spiritual journey. And just pulsing out that sapphire blue energy, because as we awaken those souls that didn't even know they were asleep to what is available to them, we all grow brighter, bigger, stronger, and more courageous, because there is power in numbers. Can you feel that? Can you feel? Feel free to share in the chat, or if you're watching in the video replay, like any like sensations you're feeling in your heart with this sapphire blue energy being sent out across the globe. I'm happy to read your reflections in the chat. My heart is literally buzzing. I'm so grateful to you. I feel so empowered in this moment that we are truly, we are working the way the masters asked us to work, going ahead, backwards and forwards in time, creating the space through our dragon magic, through our angelic magic, to prepare the way for those who are ready to awaken. Oh, thank you. It's so great to see everyone's feedback coming in the chat. And woo, my body's like really fired up right now. So in conclusion, I've got to go get ready to interview our amazing Sophia Circle leaders. We're going to be interviewing them to be posting these interviews on YouTube. Yes, and you can use this technique to send healing and empowerment to all of your clients and all of your communities. This is an extraordinary tool that you can use at any time with your angel wings and with your heart chakra. It's really cool to read the chat and what's unfolding here. Thank you. So I'm going to close with all the gratitude and love in my heart. And I invite you to really reflect upon strength and courage. And I look forward to reading your feedback and the video replay. Please go ahead and like this video to show your support for the Sophia Code movement. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe to this channel. We're so happy to be here that you've found us. My team angels are always available to get on a free team angel support call with you if you're interested in learning more about our upcoming events in Paris, in Sedona. We also have events coming up in Bimini for our Sophia Circle leaders, our Wild Dolphin Immersive. And we've got an equine horse medicine immersive for our leaders happening in October, as well as an event called Love from the Other Side, where I'm going to be channeling your loved ones from the other side. And also I'm doing an introductory training on how you can receive messages from your loved ones on the other side and deepen in your divine purpose with those that have crossed over, but are still very much with you and a part of your leadership in this lifetime. Thanks, everyone. This was really fun and powerful, and I love you all so much. Namaste. Have a beautiful, blessed day or evening wherever you are in the world.